You've probably heard about Jewish history and traditions, but have you ever come across the term Ashkenazi Jew, or Ashkenaz for that matter? If not, get ready, because in this video we're going to uncover the rich and complex history behind the Ashkenazi Jews. We'll explore the origins of Ashkenaz, discuss who he was, and how he connects to this important branch of Jewish culture. So, who exactly are the Ashkenazi Jews, and what does this term represent in the Jewish context? When it comes to Jewish history, the Ashkenazi Jews often stand out due to their distinct cultural and historical journey. Known for their prominent presence in Europe, Ashkenazi Jews have an identity deeply intertwined with the continent. However, they didn't just appear in Europe by chance. Their story is one of migration, adaptation, and cultural fusion, reflecting a mix of Semitic heritage and European influences. This story has shaped them into one of the most influential and largest Jewish communities in the world. To understand the origins of the Ashkenazi Jews, we must go back to the 1st century. In 70 AD, one of the most significant events in Jewish history occurred, the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. This catastrophe forced many Jewish communities to leave their ancestral homeland, sparking a mass exodus known as the Diaspora. Jewish people were scattered far and wide, with many finding their way to various parts of Europe. This migration laid the foundation for what would later become the Ashkenazi Jewish community. In the early centuries of the Diaspora, Jewish communities were relatively small and isolated within the larger European population. As they settled in regions like Germany, France, and Eastern Europe, they encountered different cultures, languages, and customs. Gradually, the Jews began to integrate aspects of European culture into their own lives, creating a unique blend that would define the Ashkenazi identity. The constant interaction with local European populations led to the development of distinct cultural, linguistic, and even physical characteristics that set the Ashkenazi Jews apart. Now, let's explore the origins of the name Ashkenaz and its significance. The name traces back to the Bible, where Ashkenaz is mentioned as a descendant of Japheth, one of Noah's sons. This association is no coincidence, as Ashkenaz is believed to have been an ancestor of various European tribes, especially those located in the regions where Ashkenazi Jews later settled. Over time, the name Ashkenaz became associated with Europe, and by the Middle Ages, it referred specifically to Jewish communities in Germany and later Eastern Europe. This connection between Ashkenaz and Europe symbolized the fusion of Semitic and European influences, which shaped the identity of the Ashkenazi Jews. The Ashkenazi Jews not only integrated aspects of European culture into their lives, but also preserved their own religious traditions. They maintained a strong connection to the Torah and other Jewish religious texts, ensuring that their heritage and beliefs were passed down through generations. Yet, they also adapted to the societies they lived in, which led to the creation of new traditions and practices that were uniquely Ashkenazi. One of the most prominent examples of this cultural blending is the development of the Yiddish language. Yiddish, which emerged around the 9th century, is a fusion of Hebrew, Germanic dialects, and Slavic elements. It became the primary language spoken by Ashkenazi Jews for centuries and was an essential part of their cultural identity. Yiddish literature, theater, and music flourished, reflecting both Jewish themes and European influences. This language not only connected Ashkenazi Jews across different regions, but also set them apart from other Jewish communities such as Sephardic Jews who spoke Ladino. The Ashkenazi cultural identity also extended to their religious practices. While they followed the same basic tenets of Judaism, the Ashkenazi Jews developed their own interpretations and traditions. For example, Ashkenazi Jews have their own prayer book called the Siddur, which includes specific prayers and rituals unique to their community. They also observe religious customs that may differ from those of Sephardic Jews, such as certain dietary laws and holiday traditions. These variations reflect the Ashkenazi Jews' adaptation to their European surroundings while maintaining their Jewish heritage. As the Ashkenazi Jews continued to live in Europe, their interactions with local populations led to a blending of physical traits as well. Over generations, intermarriage with Europeans resulted in a diverse range of appearances among Ashkenazi Jews. Many began to exhibit features commonly associated with European populations, such as light hair, blue or green eyes, and fair skin. At the same time, some retained traditional Semitic characteristics, such as darker hair and the distinctive hooked or curved nose. This mixture of traits created a unique visual identity within the Ashkenazi community, reflecting their dual heritage. The blending of Semitic and European influences in Ashkenazi Jews is a testament to their ability to adapt and thrive in diverse environments. Their history of migration and intermingling with other cultures has shaped them into a community that embodies a rich tapestry of traditions and characteristics. This diversity has not only enriched the Ashkenazi Jewish identity, but also contributed to their resilience in the face of adversity. One of the darkest chapters in Ashkenazi Jewish history is the Holocaust. During this tragic period, the Nazis targeted Jews based on physical characteristics that were associated with their Semitic heritage. Ashkenazi Jews, in particular, were often singled out due to features like the shape of their nose or the color of their hair. This horrific persecution serves as a reminder of the deep-seated prejudice that Ashkenazi Jews have faced throughout their history. Despite this, they have managed to preserve their identity and culture, demonstrating remarkable resilience in the face of unimaginable suffering. As we continue to explore the meaning of the name Ashkenaz, it's fascinating to delve into its linguistic roots. In ancient Phoenician Hebrew, the term is pronounced Ashkenazi, which is believed to be the original form of the name. In Assyrian, however, the word takes on a different pronunciation, Orkin, which carries intriguing meanings like the righteous turned away, or the righteous diverges. These variations reflect the complexity of the Ashkenazi identity, as the name embodies different cultural and religious aspects. The term Ashkenaz also has symbolic significance in the broader context of Jewish history. According to biblical genealogies, Ashkenaz was one of the progenitors of European peoples, particularly those in Scandinavia and various Germanic tribes. This connection suggests that the Ashkenazi Jews have deep historical ties to Europe, tracing back to ancient times when the descendants of Japheth, including Ashkenaz, migrated across the continent. Some traditions even suggest that these European populations originated in the regions of present-day Turkey, where Noah's Ark is said to have come to rest after the flood. This ancient link adds a fascinating dimension to the Ashkenazi story, illustrating how different cultures and mythologies intersect in the tapestry of Jewish identity. As Ashkenazi Jews continued to settle in Europe, particularly in the northern regions, they encountered various European groups, including Scandinavians, Germans, and Slavs. Over time, they began to mix with these populations, creating a unique blend of Semitic and European influences. This genetic and cultural fusion contributed to the diversity that characterizes the Ashkenazi community today. It also underscores the adaptability of the Jewish people, who have managed to preserve their identity while embracing the customs and traditions of the societies they lived in. This blending of influences is not only visible in the physical traits of Ashkenazi Jews, but also in their cultural expressions. From the music of the klezmer tradition to the intricate designs of Ashkenazi art, their creativity reflects a harmonious fusion of Jewish and European elements. This cultural richness has made Ashkenazi Jews one of the most vibrant and influential Jewish communities, with contributions that have had a lasting impact on Jewish culture and beyond. The origins of the Ashkenazi Jews have been the subject of intense debate among scholars and theologians. Some argue that the Ashkenazi Jews are purely of European descent, tracing their lineage exclusively to Ashkenaz. However, this view is widely considered a misconception. Most scholars agree that the Ashkenazi Jews have both Semitic and European roots, with their ancestry rooted in the people of Abraham, one of the great figures of Jewish tradition. This dual heritage is reflected in the Ashkenazi Jews' unique blend of traditions, beliefs, and cultural practices. The Ashkenazi Jews are, first and foremost, descendants of Semites, specifically from the lineage of Shem, one of Noah's sons. They trace their ancestry back to the people of Abraham and maintain a strong connection to Jewish religious traditions. However, their historical journey, particularly after the Diaspora, led them to Europe, where they inevitably mixed with various local populations. This intermarriage included not only ordinary Europeans, but also historically significant groups like the Scandinavians, Germans, and Poles. The genetic diversity of the Ashkenazi Jews is evident in their physical characteristics, which often exhibit both Semitic and European features. This diversity can be seen in aspects such as skin color, eye color, and hair texture. When we look at an Ashkenazi Jew today, we may notice that they display a range of characteristics, from the darker features commonly associated with Semitic peoples to lighter traits that reflect their European heritage. This unique blend of traits is a testament to the complex history of the Ashkenazi Jews and their ability to adapt to different environments while preserving their identity. The European heritage of the Ashkenazi Jews is partly derived from their connection to Ashkenaz, who, according to biblical accounts, was one of the grandsons of Japheth, the progenitor of many European peoples. This connection provides a symbolic link between the Ashkenazi Jews and the broader European population, reflecting their dual ancestry. The process of genetic mixing between Semitic Jews and Europeans throughout history has shaped the Ashkenazi identity, creating a community that is both diverse and unified in its Jewish heritage. Despite the challenges they have faced, the Ashkenazi Jews have managed to preserve their religious and cultural roots. They have maintained a strong connection to the Torah and other Jewish texts, ensuring that their beliefs and traditions are passed down through generations. At the same time, they have embraced the cultural influences of the societies they lived in, creating a unique identity that reflects their journey across continents and centuries. In conclusion, the Ashkenazi Jewish identity is a fascinating blend of Semitic and European influences, shaped by centuries of migration, adaptation, and resilience. They are, on one hand, part of the people of Israel, directly connected to the lineage of Abraham. On the other, they are also linked to Ashkenaz, the grandson of Japheth, who is considered an ancestor of various European peoples. This dual heritage reflects a complex history that has shaped the Ashkenazi Jews into one of the most influential and diverse Jewish communities in the world. The story of the Ashkenazi Jews is a testament to the resilience of the Jewish people and their ability to adapt to new environments while preserving their identity. Despite the challenges they have faced, including the horrors of the Holocaust, the Ashkenazi Jews have continued to thrive, contributing to the rich tapestry of Jewish history and culture. Their journey from the Middle East to Europe is a story of survival, adaptation, and cultural fusion, reflecting the strength and resilience of the Jewish people. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Ashkenazi Jewish identity, and we hope you found this journey through history as fascinating as we did.